Good morning, this is Paul. It's a gorgeous day today. Summer's definitely arrived, and this is the perfect time to be able to show you around a convertible Ferrari, the amazing 488 Spyder. I'd like to show you around. So this is a 2017 Spyder, around 6,000 miles on the clock. It's in Rosso Corsa, which is the proper Ferrari red, and it has a black gloss roof, which although the roof is down, you can see from the screen pillars and the back here that it does have the black roof, which contrasts beautifully with the red and matches amazingly with these gloss black wheels, which are in absolutely perfect condition. And you can see behind the wheels you've got those huge carbon ceramic brake discs, massive calipers, also painted in red, ties in very, very nicely, and that just hints at the kind of performance this car is capable of. It's one of the first of the turbocharged, so the 458 it replaced was a normally aspirated non-turbo car. This one has a slightly smaller engine, but it is turbocharged, and the net result of that is lower emissions, more power. The power comes in earlier, so you've got a much broader power band, and overall it's just more efficient and works really well. Of course, with a smaller engine as well, it's lighter. Now the engine is sat as low as it can be in the chassis, which I'll show you in a second, and it's sat in front of the rear wheels, and that makes it a mid-engine car. In order to get the best handling and to make a car as neutral as possible, you need to try and get as much of the weight of the car as low as you can and between the wheelbase, so between the wheels. Anything hanging out either side gives you more of a sort of a pendulum effect. So in terms of handling characteristics, it's very, very good. It's very, very agile. It feels really nimble in your hands. I'm just going to come back to that engine bay, because the Ferrari engine bay is a work of art. So you do that by lifting. We do have a few sort of flying insects here today. We are in the country. So here we have, you can see the condition. It's fabulous all the way around. Just looks lovely. The attention to detail with the Ferrari engine bay is just fabulous, and if you just look, everything there, it's just beautiful. So the red crinkle paint and the Ferrari emblems just look amazing. And if you can see, the actual engine itself is buried as low down as possible, as I say, to give you a really low centre of gravity. And it's very, very potent. But a really nice engine bay, an amazing engine with a hell of a lot of power. Round to the front, of course, if the engine is behind the seats, that means that the front is for luggage and what have you. And unlike a lot of supercars which have absolutely tiny boots, that is big enough. As I say, this is the car cover. That's a reasonable sized bag, but under that you can see there is plenty of space for overnight bags, suit hangers, anything you want to put in there. You've got the various tools and bits and pieces in here, and then you have the factory specification in the centre. But ultimately, all just presented beautifully. Oh, and the car charger also has the magnetic section, so it just plugs into or onto the magnetic section on the rear bumper, so you don't have to access batteries and all that sort of thing, which is a very nice way to look after your car. Moving around to the rear, the whole car, you can see the shape, the whole car is about aerodynamics. Part of the aerodynamics is the rear splitter. It's designed for air to pass under the car and over the car in such a way that it sticks the car to the ground. So that's not just for show, it actually does have a purpose. You can see the vents here mean that you can take hot air out of the engine to help keep the engine cool. You've got these areas here which funnel air down the side of the car and into these vents here and into the engine bay. You've got more vents on the front, and if you can see there, it's not just an opening, you've actually got a wing formation there as well, all designed to help keep this car on the road with a maximum amount of grip in any situation. Very, very cleverly designed and beautiful. So moving to the inside, we have Nero, or black leather. So we've got them to the doors, Nero with black stitching. We have the Cavallino or horse embossed head restraints. The camera's going to pick that up. If I just jump in a second, you can see that the whole of the interior really does look rather cool. The Ferrari 488 insignia on the passenger side, really nice carpets, all your air conditioning, what have you there. And then this is what you call the central bridge. So when your foot's on the brake and your engine is running, that will put you into reverse. Auto will flick you between manual on the paddles and automatic, and then you have a launch control. It's a double clutch gearbox, so launch control doesn't wear the gearbox and the clutch in the same way that it does with a single clutch gearbox. So it is something that's usable. Charging points, USB. Here we have a flat bottomed gloss carbon steering wheel. So flat bottom to give you more room under your knees. With the engine start stop, the Manatino switch. So the Manatino switch basically alters the characteristic of the car. So wet, fit into wet there, it takes torque away from the rear wheels, so it doesn't promote wheel spin. Sport is where you'd be every day, because of course it is a sports car. So you've got traction control on, it changes gear very quickly and seamlessly, and then you have race and traction control off, which are for the brave-hearted, and then electronic stability control off as well. So depending on what your driver experience is. You have a giallo or yellow center rev counter, and then you have two screens which are driven by those controls there and those controls there. So everything is centered around the steering wheel. You have indicators, so you've got a lot of buttons on this steering wheel. Indicators are here. It doesn't take long to get used to them. So left and right indicators. You can see behind there you've got paddles. So that one changes down, and the right one changes up. See if I can get my camera to understand what's going on. You can adjust the chassis or suspension here, and then you've got your headlamp dips here as well, and then you've got more buttons on the underside of the steering wheel as well. So there's a lot going on here. It doesn't take long to learn. Now, foot on the brake, press the start button, and it leaps into action. So 6839 miles, and then you can see, well, the engine just sounds amazing. It's a really hollow note, which is very cool. You do have a removable wind deflector at the back, and of course there's some various buttons here. Turn it back off again. So nice low mileage. The cars came with a service pack, so it's got a lovely history. And I think you can see from there the condition of the car inside and out is actually lovely. As I say, the tie-in with the gloss black wheels and the black roof, I think suit it really, really well. So I hope you like the video, and I hope you like the car. I hope you find the video useful. If you'd like to know more about it, please visit our website, which is www.bramshawebv.com. Pop us an email or drop us a text or a WhatsApp, and we'd be very happy to talk to you about it. Thanks for watching.